Simmons again. I want to talk to you about something that's kind of like a pet peeve of mine or a pet project. The NIL deals coming down the pike through our congressman. This one is an article made by Dan McMurphy, or Dan Murray, for ESPN. I'll leave a link down in the description below. He's talking about how college sports leaders are considering making changes to current NCAA guidelines, have an NCAA subcommittee in charge of examining the rules and dictate how athletes use their name, image, and likeness. They're meeting Thursday to discuss several proposed changes, according to meeting notes obtained by ESPN. The notes show potential changes that will give schools clearance to find deals for athletes, review the contracts, help them prepare taxes, and provide resources such as cameras, graphic designers for athletes to compete their end of a marketing deal. The proposed changes have not been finalized. It is not clear if or when any new guidance will be adopted. But the changes will potentially eliminate some of the quote-unquote uncertainty about how much athletic departments can help athletes in the first 2+ years of college sports NIL era. Allowing staff members to more directly impact the flow of money to players also represents a major step towards reshaping the nature of relationship between schools and the athletes. Nebraska AD, former linebacker Trev Alberts, who's a member of the committee, says he's in favor of making aggressive changes that will help schools support their athletes and regain some control in the NIL marketplace. Albert says he thinks NCAA members need to be open to change that addresses the current reality without being naive. Let's be honest, people. Some of the stuff we're talking about now, we would have never had a conversation about 2 years ago. The goalposts keep moving. We keep sliding further and further. Some things early on that are impermissible, it's time to rethink those things now. So the proposed changes that they want to get in is proactively assist in the development, creation of an NIL activity. Provide services such as, like I said earlier, tax prep and contract review. Provide access to equipment, cameras, podcast studios, etc. for NIL activity. Communicate with school sponsors about NIL opportunities for their athletes. Many schools, especially those in the wealthiest, most powerful conferences, have hired staff or consultants to try to help athletes make the most out of NIL. These proposed changes will give those new additions significantly more freedom to operate. According to Casey Schwab, the founder of Alated Sports Partners, an NIL-based consulting firm, these are the type of things people on campus have been clawing to do, been to us for the last few years. We want to support the athletes. We need to be able to do more of it. And the ability of schools to help athletes fulfill the terms of the NIL deal is perhaps the most impactful potential change. We all know how college athletics work. When schools are allowed to do something, it provides value to their students. Then it's going to be used in recruiting. That's going to lead to schools investing quickly and heavily in these support services. All right. So what does this all mean? Well, according to Alberts, the dollars that have flowed into the space are real. Coaching salaries, AD salaries. Let's be honest about where we are today. I'm not opposed to student athletes participating and sharing of ultimately what they're helping to generate. Change is hard. I'd rather get busy changing than slowly dying a death by 1,000 cuts. What does that mean? Well, people, they're going to make sure that they have it as close to the vest as possible. They're going to allow or regulate their schools look over these contracts. So yeah, it will help out kids who are getting signed these deals by your local barbershop. They have those handshaking agreements. Help them with taxes. Taxes, trust me, taxes are very important. What's going to ultimately happen is the rich will get richer. A lot of these schools, let's be honest, have been doing NIL for decades. I'm not saying that I'm saying it. They've been doing it for decades. We all remember the story in Texas about Vince Young having a Hummer as a freshman coming out of Houston Yates. Yeah, we know that story. But, it was a good idea to help out the kids who need to get help with the paperwork. I just hope it does not continue to flood only the rich are getting richer. Smaller schools, smaller conferences, not being able to do anything. Because when you get rid of the middle class, you lose everything on top. Coach Simmons, I'm out.